your host Indranil Basu. You're watching Cricket Calling. I think I by mistake pressed the mute button, whatever. But today is of course a very important game. Delhi versus Lucknow in Lucknow. I mean, Lucknow, we know they've been doing well. The fact that they've been just been around for a couple of years in the IPL system, and they've been playing quite well regularly, consistently. They have been doing well for their sides. And if you look at the culture this team has created, I mean, all credit should be given to Gautam Gambhir for creating all that base, which Delhi is still struggling. I don't know what they're doing. They have not managed to um, get all of things in a right way. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with that team. Today, of course, another opportunity. They're trying to ride on Mr. Rishabh Pant, do all the hard work, which is probably not right because you can't be putting pressure on individual because look at the numbers he's got. He's a champion cricketer the way he's come back. But I mean, the culture has to change. I mean, it's a team game. I mean, we saw how Mumbai chased down yesterday against RCB. They made sort of it toyed with RCB's bowling. It's about the team. It's never about the individual. To take the discussion further, we are joined by Mr. Abhay Apte from Sydney, former president of Maharashtra Cricket Association. Welcome, Apte sir. We are
Thank
joined.
you.
We also have Mr. Veer. If you can have Mr. Veer Sagar sir, he's of course runs a cricket app, Criconet, and Abhijit Sarkar sir, former CEO of Pune Warriors. Welcome, gentlemen. So, Abhijit sir,
Mhm.
you're sitting in Lucknow. So, tell me, give me some gossip. I mean, I don't know if you can kindly say something. What is happening? You must be attending the pre-match parties and all that.
No parties here actually.
Why?
I don't think that party culture is not happening. But only the cake cutting happens whenever they win the matches. So that's that. There is
Okay.
no party. So,
So, how?
but
Where do you meet the players?
in the practice ground or in the hotel or some of them come to the my place also. So I
All
cannot
right.
disclose of who comes to my place. So that's really anyway.
Please do.
That leave
Please do.
it.
That'll be nice.
Uh, what I want to say is that 50% of the IPL tournament is won on the auction table, and I
Yeah.
think and the 50% is the game which they have to play
Yeah.
as a cohesive
Yeah.
team. I think in that LSD has the upper hand. LSD has really worked out well. Of course, the contribution of Gautam Gambhir is very important in this. So because of that, throughout the till I think this is the third year, right? Third year LSD
Yeah.
and GT is playing, and they are consistently performing. They are very intense. They play intense cricket, and the way their batters are batting, because they bat first and they really defend well. But till now, in all the matches, most of the matches they have played in IPL in last three
Yeah.
years, they have
I mean,
defended really
tell me
very well.
something. Let's get to the news. What is with Mayank Yadav? Is he going to play today? Is he being rested?
I don't think so, but there is a rumor being spread that he may play because that is from the broadcaster's side. Somebody told me in the morning, but till yesterday night he was not playing. But somebody in the broadcaster side in the morning told
All
me
right.
he may play. But I doubt that if he will play because Mohsin is unfit and Mayank is also unfit because they will not take chances. There are so many matches coming in the future. So I
Hmm.
don't think they will take chances because I think they are quite confident to defeat Delhi today because the Delhi is in dire straits. Mukesh is unfit. Nokia is woefully off form. He has already given 80 to 90 runs. And Kuldeep Yadav is, I think, not playing. Their whole middle order is vulnerable. So they are in a weird position, I think, on the except Prithvi Shaw, Warner is also not playing consistently. So except Rishabh Pant is now back, but Rishabh cannot single-handedly make you win. So if your bowling is weak in the IPL and that with the batting lineup, a deep batting lineup of the LSG, it will be very difficult to beat
No,
LSG
it's
today.
you're saying all kinds of serious stuff. Apte sir, if you can
Yes.
make tell us something which is something exciting happening in Australia. You're sitting in Sydney
No,
because
no.
it's very
See, what is
serious.
I believe.
Abhinit sir is talking about the game. I mean, it's supposed to have fun. We're supposed to have fun. I mean,
Australia,
Australian players.
Australia,
No, I'll tell you.
about Australia, I would like to say so that I can provoke Apte Saab
No,
that
no, you have said
uh,
Abhijit.
uh, uh,
You have said it
so,
last time.
that look, somebody was sitting yesterday with me. He said the Australians, South Africans, and English player. We were talking about the support staff. They always move around in a group. Okay, so if wherever they go, they take their whole group together. And if the assistant coach, the physio, everything, the Australian and South African. Indians don't do
Very
that.
clannish. Very
Indians don't
clannish.
do that.
Very
So,
clannish.
uh,
Yeah,
I'm ashamed of Australians.
yeah.
you now
Indeed.
Apte Saab will take over.
No, Indranil, first of all, thank you for having me on your show, which is always
Yeah.
interesting. And that too, during the daytime, it is only 4:30 here, 4:36 to be precise.
Mm.
So last time only, Abhijit Da has initiated that topic that now Australians and few countries he named are more into support staff rather than playing 11 or rather than
True.
contributing, which to some extent or to great extent is also true. But today, as to continue with what he has said, today both the coaches are Australians. It is Langer versus Ponting. So as he says, they move in the group. Both the sides, they are the Australian coaches who are going to see or decide who is going to win. Now, on the little serious note, I completely agree with Abhijit Da when he said that the work starts at the time of the auction only, and even before that, scouting and locating good players who will be there open for auction. Because if you see, once the teams are rolled out, you see the outstanding performances, they have come from people who are almost uncapped. So this is the beauty of this tournament. It is not that only those who are established are performing. There are many people, like including Mayank or including some people like Shashank Singh, that
Mm.
nobody thought that they are going to be that mighty, and they are really performing well. So let's hope that today is one more IPL game. And if you see, there are two trends. There are teams who do not perform well in the beginning, but they start gearing up at some point in time, and then they, subsequently go up. Some teams are known for that. But today it looks like Abhijit Sir's team is there with all the positives with them, and also coached by an Australian.
Absolutely. We said,
Right.
we said, I
It's
want
quite
to get your reaction. You're in Dubai, of course, you follow cricket and you do a lot of grassroots work, which is amazing, covering those tournaments which are not being covered, but junior tournaments, this and that. So tell me something, what is lagging in Delhi? I mean, as a
I think
observer, you've seen, I know a lot of people, romantics of the game, don't like T20 cricket that much. But this is a market force. You can't avoid it. Whether you like it, you hate it, whatever, it's right on your face. So your thoughts on this,
I used to like
Delhi.
Delhi. I used to like Delhi because it is some of my favorite players. I mean, both Pant and Shaw and Iyer, they're all my favorite players. And you
Mm.
Kuldeep Yadav, but somehow Delhi hasn't got a strategy right. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
When they go for batting, they don't know whether they should be attacking, they should be blocking, what's going to happen. Sometimes you find even Warner is confused.
yeah,
Uh, if you look at person like what is it? So like I of course not. Look like person like Prithvi Shaw, who is
yeah,
such an attacking batsman, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's more attacking when I've seen him in Ranchi Trophy than he's in
absolutely.
here,
Mm.
which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
So something is missing there. Each one is scared of their place in the team, or what is it? I do not know. And they're just not clicking. And the
true.
bowling is also not there,
Yeah,
which is very very sad because Delhi when they started, I was putting Delhi in the top four. I thought Delhi would be among there, but it's very sad. And I
very
personally
good.
think the blame should go to Ponting.
All right, and there is Abhijit's friend also, Saurav Ganguly, sitting there. There's no
Yeah,
role
okay.
clarity.
He was
I'm
not.
surprised. I
He
don't know
he
how do both get
he,
along.
he
Both are
was
fairly,
when
both
I
are
asked
fairly
him.
strong. Both are fairly
Yeah,
strong persons. So I wonder how
yeah.
they get along. But one of
I
the things
asked
I
the
want to
same
say
question to
is,
Ponting.
I
Lead sir,
asked.
I asked the same question to Ponting. When he became the coach, we had an interaction with TOI. So I was part of that group, and we were talking. I was part of TOI Sports that time, of course, even now also. And I remember talking to Ponting. I asked him that Australia and Saurav, they don't gel well. We've seen the
yeah,
history of what they had in Saurav Ganguly, the captain. But I don't know how they're managing here. Abhi itself can throw some light on this. How they're managing? There's lack of role clarity in the team, and that's why they're struggling.
yes,
It's not the question of lack of clarity. When I asked Saurabh also, and
Yeah,
he said I was not there in the auction. The auction was the team was selected 2022. But I think Abhay Apte Sahab raised a very important topic is scouting. Look at the scouting. Where are the scouts? The talent scouts. The Delhi players are being selected by Lucknow and other teams. Yeah, there should have been there are lots of youngsters who do well in Delhi cricket. There should have been one or two youngsters coming up. We would have eager to see from the Delhi team. So I think
no,
there is lack of scouting in the Delhi team. And as far as the Veer Saab said about Prithvi Shaw and that, because look, the top order will go and play fearless cricket when they are not under pressure. Down the order, there are batsmen who will take care. Like in the case of Sunriser or Mumbai or LSG, they are concerned. In the case of GT, Shubman Gill is under pressure, but still they manage because of the hard hitters down the order. But
yeah,
in Delhi's case, there is no middle order. So actually, the top order will be under pressure. So they have to take care. They will not play so much fearless cricket. They have to be a bit cautious. They will be asked to play cautiously, stay on the wicket, stabilize themselves, and then start attacking. So
yeah,
that is the imbalance, because that imbalance, we cannot just say that okay, the cricketers are not playing. When the whole team formation is like that, then that pressure comes on some of the batters. Like there used to be a time there was a lot of pressure only on Gavaskar or Sachin Tendulkar and a few of the players. The same in the case of Delhi is there is no balance in the team, and
correct.
the pathetic show by the bowling attack. So
yeah,
what will they do? So hats off to GT. In spite of they are without Shami, they are without Hardik Pandya. They are bounced back. They are at least playing competitive cricket. Play competitive cricket. What do we expect? We expect that Delhi, which is all the talent and so-called, although we are sitting with a below mediocre talent like Indranil Basu in front of us, but still there are lots of talent in Delhi uh, who can be
Actually,
selected.
ignorance is bliss.
In
Ignorance is
So,
fact,
but
bliss.
in fact, I want to say something. We
Yes, sir.
offered to Delhi people a
Yeah.
system of
Uh,
actually uh, doing scouting,
uh,
and we said, look at the nets. But they
uh.
said, no, no, we have our own process. No, Delhi is not looking for youngsters to come up 2 years from now. See, unless you
They
pick
want
people
finished
from the
product.
under 19s and
They want
below,
finished product, ready-made trousers.
yeah,
They don't want
unless
to
you
go
pick
to a
people from
tailor and
below
don't
by
have time for
under,
all
no,
that.
but unless you must pick some people from below 19, not even,
Yeah,
and then keep them in the reserves, bowling, just bowl to the players, reserve
yeah,
bowlers. And then
yeah,
you watch and throw in, and that's, I saw Mang in Sonnet 2 years or 3 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was talking to Prasad, the coach, and I said, we were giving them that coaching app so that they can do one-to-one coaching, remote coaching on. And I said, look, you got a damn good person here. He said, yes, sir. He's going to play for India. So there are people, they're available, and sooner, I think 2 years later, he did get selected. So there are lots of players, and especially bowlers. I mean, Delhi has no bowlers now or in the future. If Kuldeep Yadav is not playing, they have absolutely no wicket-taking bowler.
True.
You cannot win
So
T20 without a wicket-taking bowler. You cannot hope to give only 6 runs an over and bowl 4 overs and think, "I will win the match." You got to take somebody to take wickets. And they need
wonderfully,
to not
wonderfully.
now at
Yeah.
least build for next 2 years and start having talent scouting. And believe me, NCR has got tremendous talent.
That is
There
true.
are there are 400 odd cricket grounds in NCR who are playing every day. There are every at least on the weekends. Every weekend there are 6 to 8 matches on each ground. We know because we telecast 7 to 8 matches every week, every weekend, and there are lots of people with good skills. So they should
True.
start now looking around. At least look for next 2 years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely. After sir,
Huh.
your what do you have to say that we're not looking into it? Avijit sir doesn't want to come from Lucknow and scout talent here. And
No,
one
no,
talent is
no.
sitting in front of him only, but he's not
So
recognizing it. This is the problem.
Indranil, I don't know what sort of cap you are wearing today, but I
Okay.
know Abhijit for a very long time, and we have
Huh.
worked together in the same place, Pune.
Right.
So
We had
he
dinner
travels.
and lunch together.
Yes, he travels far off to see the players. That's not an issue. What I personally felt is that see, I'm not a cricketer or a coach. So
Yeah.
let me be candid about it. But at the same time, I have seen the way in which they do the scouting. I was quite surprised when two, three names were put to me while I was in the administration of MCA, saying that look, these people are going to play very well. I can name one of them, Rahul Tripathi. And then from there, the type of aggressive cricket they started playing. So there was some skill on the part of those who were observing them, who were recommending them, who were testing them. So I think that really matters because otherwise the success of a team lies in understanding the raw material. You're only looking
Yes.
at finished products, but then
Yes.
those intelligent people would understand this is the raw material, this is where the products are going to come, and that is where the system of under 18, under 14, under 21, this comes into play, because this is where the new generation is going to come, not only because of the the money, not because of the glamour that they are getting, but truly for playing the game of cricket. This has to be the system. And as far as Delhi is concerned, I don't want to pass any objective comments. I also feel that, like a film hero, you need a successful film under your belt, and then so many hits will come. So who knows when that hit is going to come? Like Mumbai, as Abhijit has said, GT, all of them have bounced back. So let's hope to make the tournament more interesting. All the good teams will bounce back and they will perform well.
It's all about comeback cricket. Avijit sir, your thoughts. You were saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to share. We always want some gossip, so I would like to share interesting
Please,
information.
please,
And I
please.
found it very, very, very interesting. I was
Ah,
discussing last 2 days with Sunny Bhai, Sunil Gavaskar.
ah, ah.
So he said that very interesting thing he suggested that when I was in the governing council, I
Yeah.
suggested that every team should have one Indian assistant coach. We all
Saurav
have
also suggested that. Yeah.
the Indian assistant, of course. Saurabh and the other people must have also suggested. Every IPL team should have one Indian assistant coach because he knows that first of all that Indian coach will know the psyche of their domestic players, and half of the domestic players, when the Australians, the South Africans, or the English will come and speak in English, how much they understand we doubt, but how much they are able to follow whatever their directions. They just nod, okay, 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 whatever they're saying. But somebody has
Okay,
to there.
coach. Okay, coach. Okay, coach. Thank you, coach.
Thank you. So that is a very important factor. That
Yeah.
if that look again, I will give credit. I must give credit to Ashish Nehra. He is under lot of pressure. That I think most depleted side, one of the most depleted side is also GT. But still, they are playing. They are playing competitive cricket, hardcore cricket. So that is expected because maybe that is a there is a communication fact. Look, in IPL, people from different countries come, and
Mm,
then how do you do the man management? How is the
mm,
communication? That is a very important factor. Look, for
yeah.
South African, Australians, okay, are still okay. English players will come. They come to play IPL as if they are obliging. because they will always do nakhlas. They will always come. Either they will go back. Because they are always trying to say they are always envious. I feel because as far as they have a group, England, Australia, but still Australians and New Zealand and South Africans are still playing. So I'm not talking about English. I have my personal opinion on that. But
Yeah, I think Avijita has frozen.
Link
We
got
can
disconnected.
rejoin. Veer sir, I would like to know from you what is that? When we see a cricket, a cricket nets happening of an IPL team, I've seen the foreign coaches writing on the board. This guy goes here, this guy goes here. We've never seen something like this in the past. There are so many. I mean, can't you just tell the players before you leave for your nets that you're going to do this, you're going to do that? Why do you have to? This
That's
is
it.
not a school, Vishwavidyalaya. Then you have to write it on the board, blackboard that too. People doing stuff on the computer. I want to understand from because you're quite tech savvy. You're running an app also. I, Tell me something. How is that possible? I mean, you know your
I don't
role.
know.
I mean,
I personally find cricket, you need people generally when they play cricket, they
yeah,
are well know, they know about the game. So they need to be told just this is your role, right?
yeah,
Go out and hit,
yeah,
or you cover this area in the
yeah.
fielding or in the bowling. We want you to block, give rest to the you block one end so that the guy at the other end can attack and take wickets. You don't have to tell him ball by ball where he has to stand, what he has to do. In fact, when I used to play cricket, if
Mm,
the last thing would do is to go to the bowler and tell him what are you going to bowl next.
mm,
That creates so much pressure on the guy that he'll bowl a wide or a no ball or a loose ball. Just
mm,
leave him because then he will know what to do when as long
mm.
as he knows the overall strategy of the team.
Yeah,
And if we need to modify the strategy because its cricket does not exactly go as what you discuss in the dressing room, then you have a quick chat. Three, four, five of you senior people have a quick chat and say, okay, this is the roadmap now. This is the correction, course correction, and this is
okay.
what we need to do. I think we need to move this bowler out and get this guy in, or
All
whatever.
right.
But I don't see ball by ball, dot by ball, and then I've also seen coaches or somebody coming in every ball to the on the boundary line and giving instructions. I
Mm,
mean, if I was a player, I wouldn't know what to do because at the end you're saying you do what I tell you to do, but if it doesn't work, you are at fault. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me as a manager.
yeah. True, true, true. Absolutely. Abhijit sir is giving away tickets. Guys, whosoever is watching this broadcast, you can contact him. He has got today, the match is being played in Lucknow, Delhi versus Lucknow. He's sitting on a bag full of tickets. How many
that
tickets do you
the
have? Passes.
the the master of the ticketing ceremony is sitting there, Mr. Abhay Apte. He was the boss. So of Maharashtra Cricket Association. So he has distributed the maximum number of tickets. So I am very inexperienced in front of him. So we just try to manage from here and there. Boss is sitting in front of
Indra-
us, so he knows he
see,
knows all
Indrajit.
the tricks
Yeah.
how to
No,
manage.
Indrajit. Yeah, yeah. Indrajit, this
But
is a very good point. No, no,
talking about cricket,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
sir.
Indrajit,
Abhay sir. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a very good point because our association holds a record of giving minimum passes, less number
Exactly.
of passes. The
Mm,
lowest ever passes distributed, complimentary passes, are by our association. And that is why many owners were keen on having their team at our stadium because
oh,
ultimately the team owner would wish
assurance.
that there is something, yeah, there is something in their hands also. If at
Ticketing
a
revenue.
place, I don't want to name the place, but some big places where there will be a lot of influential people, they would expect that half the stadium is given for them only, and in the process the owner suffers. And slightly on the point that you were talking about writing something and giving it to a player or talking to them, let us also understand. This is my way of looking at it. We are now organizing a league which is comparable, which is one of the top four leagues, which is also comparable with soccer or tennis. And so slowly, all those things have started coming into cricket, which were traditionally known for soccer. even so many other things, like if you're talking about the old players like the great Gavaskar and Eknath Solkar, and all, there was no huddle. They used to just come, bat and go. There was no so much of show off after taking a wicket or after scoring a century. So slowly, even coaching wise, new techniques are emerging, and I think
Mm,
we are to great extent following the Western world in that,
mm,
and this is where having Indian support staff, having Indian coaches, having Indian people to support Indian players is very important. Perhaps just to make it, more composite, you can have
mm.
some other coaches, but at the same time, these techniques are coming, which are already made or prepared somewhere else or outside. So I think this is one reason as far as that is concerned. And your offer of ticket is excellent. I think you are on air offering it through Abhijit Da. But let me tell you, he is not the one who will give you tickets. So if
Why?
possible, you try stand in the queue and get a ticket for you.
Right.
Am I
But
He's
correct?
right.
when we have
And
Abhijit with us, ah,
But I want to put in roots on watching on tickets. I used to see white matches years back. I used to see in Calcutta, right?
yeah,
Eden Gardens. And there were
yeah.
20 years when I lived in Calcutta. I didn't miss a single match. It was almost impossible to get a ticket because of the ticket distribution system. But through contacts, etc., you do manage to get. But
through
once
the
you
club.
get in, the stadium may have one of the difficulties, but it was quite user friendly. You didn't have to struggle. And now, see, in Firoz Shah Kotla, you have to struggle. Even if you are getting into gate, whatever heavily paid tickets, the amount of walking you have to do, the kind of security you have to do, the kind of place you have to sit, then you enter by one gate and you don't come out by the same gate. So you can't even tell the driver where to pick you up from. Unless you have a VIP pass,
Ah,
it's not worth seeing. So I stopped seeing matches last 2 seasons. My grandson is very upset. But I said, but there's no point, the amount of struggle you have to make to get there and to get back. And even water you can't carry. I mean, pen, pencil, what, nothing. So I think somewhere I was hoping that IPL would make life of a spectator easier, especially with the tickets being so expensive and it becoming spectator sport now. But I don't think it has worked. At least not in Delhi. I can't
something
generalize.
Bishisha should take care of course, in the long run. But Abhijit sir, when he scores, his team loses. When he doesn't score, even then also they lose. I mean, I'm talking about RCB. So what do we do with Virat Kohli and RCB? Last night, uh, Mumbai batting order made mockery of their bowling. RCB's bowling. So where is it? Where is RCB going from here?
Look, everything cannot be done by Virat Kohli. If the some of the look at some of the decisions, like
Mm,
Jax, he's an
mm,
opener.
mm,
He's debuting. Huh?
mm,
He's making
mm.
debut,
Yeah.
and they are making him play at number one. Okay,
Mm,
if he is a specialized opening batsman, let him play at in the opening slot. Let Fab
yeah.
come in the number one, or let Virat come. They are the senior pro. If they are
Yeah.
the senior pro, Jax is debuting, and he's an ideal play for T20 to make him comfortable. Make him play at the opening slot. You are
Yeah.
dropping Cameron Green,
Mm,
right? And
mm,
then all of a sudden, in the last match also, which RCB played, and this match also, so in 17th over or in the last match, I think around 15th over, you bring in a impact player. One is Saurabh Sharma, and this time some Dubey. What was the
mm,
need? In this match, Karthik was going all out.
mm,
So the decisions and bowling, what we have to say? Either
mm,
Mr. Siraj has become very complacent because
mm,
now, like somebody is already saying, some senior pro was saying in the last 2 days, because they are not concerned. Everybody is earning. They have struggled to come up to this level, but now they are earning in 10 crores, 20 crores. So if one or two matches they don't play well, that doesn't make any difference to them. So the decisions, first of all, the decisions which have been taken by RCB management, the strategic decisions, the jacks and the middle order, the if the senior look at the batting of Maxwell. Maxwell again scored. I think, as far as I know, he scored again. He scored a duck yesterday.
Yes.
At
Yeah.
least,
No,
at
he
least
didn't score. That is not a score. That is not a
yeah, yeah.
score.
No, sorry, but I used the wrong word. Again, it's a duck. But I think Green was better. He should have been dropped. What was the harm of dropping the Maxwell? Or Maxwell should have come down the order to do the pinch hitting. Why is he coming up the order when he is not performing and putting
You
pressure
know,
on all the other youngsters? Yeah.
in that very
So,
ground, you put a 200 in the World Cup against
right,
Afghanistan. So I thought
right.
they must have thought there could be a muscle memory working somewhere. So probably it didn't. I want to ask Mr. Australia, what is Maxwell doing in India?
He's in his
See,
sasural.
it is very difficult. Yeah. I was
He's
about
in
to.
his sas.
I repeat what was discussed last time also, that yes, there are two, three Australian players who have not made any mark in this IPL at all, and yes, they are into support staff. So maybe, yeah, I don't know whether they think that this is a way forward to get into the support staff at some point in time.
I know. I mean, they need to. But sir, Veet sir, your thoughts on Virat Kohli? Uh, I mean,
Yeah,
what else can he do?
problem. This is exactly the Virat Kohli can do nothing. I mean, when he scores 100 runs, 113 at 147 or 150 strike rate, they blame him. He could have scored more. And everybody else scored nothing. The guy has to, he has to see whether he can carry the team or not. If he had scored 65 runs at 100, 200 score strike rate, they would have said he threw his wicket away. So poor guy cannot do anything right. Everything is looking for why. But the fact is, except Virat Kohli, nobody is batting there. So Virat Kohli has to see if I get out, what are the consequences for the team? And I think taking that in view, he's doing a tremendous job.
Yeah,
And
I
everybody is
know.
after him. Oh, he should not be in the World Cup team.
No. Did you
And
hear Rohit Sharma? Rohit Sharma yesterday kept sort of badgering him. भाई इसको खिलाओ वर्ल्ड कप टीम में आना है when Dinesh Karthik was batting. So
Karthik,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
become a kind of a butt of all jokes. World Cup team में आना है. They're not taking
yeah,
that seriously. You think it's a child's play. The entire nation is
and
looking
and
at
and
India.
and, and you,
They haven't won a single trophy for last 11 years. You think it's a joke? People take
and you
cricket
think
so serious. It's a
Dinesh
profession.
Karthik, they're
Yeah.
taking Dinesh Karthik because he can hit three sixes in the last 2 overs. You take
Hmm.
a player because he can bat 2 overs. He can three. I mean, any Surya, this Ritu Singh is better than that. He can score
Yeah.
consistently. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't take a player because that against Sri Lanka he scored. That's his claim to fame. He scored those 26 runs in 3 balls or 4 balls against Sri Lanka and made India win. It's Sri Lanka for God's sake. And so you keep him till the
Against
last
Bangladesh
two
also.
overs or 3 overs, 18th or 19th over, and you send him in to bat.
Yeah. True. True. Abhijit
They're
sir.
wonky thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely right, sir. You put it quite superbly. Abhijit sir, I want to know from you today's winner. Who is going to be the X factor? Who is going to be the man to look out for today? You're sitting in Lucknow. I know you're going to celebrate. Each celebration goes on forever. Of course, today, will there be a run feast or you'll have a feast of your own inside the stadium? What's in store for us?
Look, actually, the Puran, as his names go, he will be the complete winner. Puran, he will be Sampurn. So Puran is
Okay.
there. Uh, Puran, we would like to see the Puran. I think Decock will again score today. Decock and Puran for the international level. And of course, the bowlers are bowling very well. I hope Mike plays. And I am praying for Delhi. I can only say because Rishabh, I have an affinity for Rishabh Pant, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't mind saying that I'm biased towards him because he's extraordinary talent. But what about the other players? So I am praying it's good. It will be good as Abhay sir said that if Delhi wins, it will be good for IPL this year's IPL. They have to win. Even if LSG loses, doesn't matter because I think the way they are playing, they will qualify for the playoff. But if Delhi wins, it will be good for the IPL because if Delhi goes on losing like this, then it will be one-sided because everybody will know that if we play against Delhi, we are bound to win.
And then what happens towards the fag end of the league match? These teams who keep losing matches initially, they become
Look,
practically
Indranil,
worse.
even except these two new teams, even if they lose, they're earning around 250 crores, right? So it doesn't make any difference except LSG and GT. All these teams are average base earning today is around 250 crores profit.
My God.
Okay. So even if they come
Are
last,
you are you are you are you buying stakes in any of the teams?
no, if you give the money or Abhay sir, transfer some money from Australian dollars in Australian dollars, then I will love to.
Arey, I am thinking how to buy my return ticket.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
yeah. I also feel that let us see Delhi doing well today. In the
I
larger
know
interest of the tournament, no bias, or
absolutely,
the better team has to win. That's not a problem.
absolutely.
But to make the tournament interesting.
Reed sir, your closing comment before we wrap up the show.
No, I'm not only hoping Delhi will win. I'm actually hoping these two score. The Pant
Prithvi Shaw.
and Priti Shaw, because
Yeah,
they're both very attractive batsmen, and Pant is a very brave man. I mean, for
yeah,
what he's come through, he was stupid to drive at 4 o'clock in the morning. But having said
yeah.
that, he's come through such a tough thing, and to come out and play, and and he's not scrounging or anything. I see him taking short runs. He's running. He's keeping wickets. And he is hitting. Okay, he's not consistent. That's all. And I do hope he and Prithvi Shaw score because both are very very attractive batsmen. So for the sake
So
of
it's night
cricket, I want
driving.
them to score. Pardon?
So night driving is not safe, but evening cricket is absolutely safe and sound. We'll get to
Absolutely,
that
yeah, very
combined.
safe.
Very safe.
One thing.
Yeah.
One thing. Yesterday's great cricketer told me yesterday that
Uh,
if Ricky Ponting being there, if
uh,
Prithvi Shaw and Yash Dhul is still stagnating, has not developed, gone to the next level, it's really unfortunate.
yeah. Who's that cricketer?
But
Must be Sunil Gavaskar, sir.
I don't want to
Ponting
quote, you
doesn't
know it.
like. But Ponting doesn't like Prithvi Shaw.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
He likes Prithvi Shaw, as I've ever heard.
He dropped
He's
him
his
from the
favorite
first
cricketer.
couple. He dropped him from the first couple of matches, and
Yeah.
because there was a problem for the opening, he got a place back. And luckily for Shaw,
True.
he's scoring.
Whatever. We'll see how it goes. But today, our combined 11, if you're playing fantasy cricket, this is what it is. Warner would be there. Of course, we can have the fantasy 11. Warner opening the innings with Quinton de Kock, champion cricketer. Tristan Stubb was in tremendous form against Mumbai. He was probably taking a revenge that he was last year there with Mumbai. They didn't make him play regularly. In fact, Rohit Sharma, in fact, snubbed me one day for not pronouncing his name properly. Rishabh Pant, as always, our favorite. Nicholas Puran, he competes things. That's Abhijit sir says. Stoinis, again, one Australian who's been consistent, need to really pull up his socks. Kunal Pandya, our Indian version of KP, he's done well in few matches. Akshar Patel, again, quite a handy customer with the bat and ball. Ravi Bishnoi has been sort of tipped as the next leg spinner for Team India in the World Cup. We'll see how he does in this match. Nabilul Haq is for his change of pace, quite a handy customer. Yes, Thakur for taking those 5 wickets in absence of Mayank Yadav. This is our top 11 picks, combined 11. Lucknow versus Delhi today in Lucknow will be quite an interesting game. It's the starting of the weekend, Friday, of course. Apte sir, Veer sir, and Avijit sir. Thank you, all the sirs, all the gentlemen coming and gracing
Namaskar.
this show. It was amazing talking to you. It
Pleasure.
was good fun, actually. And I hope Abhay
Honor.
sir gets his ticket done. I know he's
Yeah,
looking for a cheaper
I'll
flight.
let you know once it is done. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to be on your show.
Take care and enjoy the match. Let's enjoy the match. We are having a ball of a time, in fact, watching and
Thank
hosting
you,
this show
Sunil,
called.
for calling me.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me on the
Pleasure.
show. It was a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks
It's
for coming on
it's an
Cricket Calling. See you around.
honor to be there with you all. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.